Welcome home. We are WNST, AM 1570, Taos of Baltimore and Baltimore Positive. We are positively into the holiday season. I'm wearing my Costas In shirt as a little preview for the grand finale of the Maryland Crab Cake Tour holiday stops. We began at Coco's over eggnog. We made our way to Gertrude's this week at Fadley's. Next week we will be at Amici's. Don't tell anybody they don't have a crab cake. It's okay. They're our friends in Little Italy, and I think Seth Elkin's going to join us there as well from the Maryland Lottery. And on Wednesday, we will conclude at Costas. I will have Raven scratch-offs until I run out of them. Roz, I need help. I'm running out. And we got second chances. We got all sorts of things going on. Also, our friends at Jiffy Lube Multi-Care, powering Luke up, getting him back and forth to Ravens camp as we get ready for a whole bunch of football. Next couple weeks, usually John Martin is here suffering me. I think Seth's going to come on next week. I'm going to suffer him during Pittsburgh week, which I think is going to be part of the fun at Amici's, where they don't suffer Steelers fans or Penguins fans. But Doug Lloyd comes at this honest. He's purple through and through. He is it pinch hitting or backup quarterbacking or in on the nickel package, the dime package? I don't know. Are you in on the $670 million package that my wife made me stop at Royal Farms to buy tickets on Tuesday night this week, Doug?
Pinch hitting always. Baseball never really stops for me. I love watching football, and really, love watching this team this year. They've really seen, you've seen some flashes of brilliance in between some things that just pull at your heartstrings. You're really rooting for this team to kind of gel in the way that you see that they can. And we actually have some Ravens fans that are going to be chugging along with the team
That's
as they go
right. This is the
to New
big
York.
week.
So
I
we're
forgot
really
all
hoping that we
about
bring them some
this.
luck in the
Are
next
they going to
round
get
here.
good weather? That's all what's the weather like at Rockefeller? Yeah, there's a big thing going on. Well, look, before we get into Mega Millions and jackpots, because we had a winner here recently, Harford County, $1 million, let's stay on Ravens for just a minute, because I'm running low. Roz, I'll have to throw the text in when we get done here. I am running low, but the promotion has been going on for months, and now to your point, big weekend in New York for the winners, but also we're getting to the point where you pick the big winner in the off season. I know that's always fun for you to do.
That's right. Yeah, and Roz, before this interview, had actually said, I need to top Nestor back up with some scratch off tickets. But yeah, we're starting to run out of prizes to give out here with the some of these games. The Ravens game still chugging along with big top prizes. So there are still three top prizes out on the $2 game and six left on our $10 game. We did actually have somebody who won recently at a Save-A-Lot in the city. So good on them. That was a $20,000 win. Still, like I said, plenty of top prizes out there. Second chance, however, that's going to be wrapping up pretty soon. We have our next deadline for entries, which is December 23rd. That's when it's like our closeout sale. We're going to give away all the prizes that are left for our second chance to win. That means we're doubling up. We're going to give away two finalist spots. That means two folks that win $10,000 plus a chance to win season tickets for 20 years. They will form the last two of our six finalists that will have a chance to win. We're going to be giving away two season ticket packages for next year, two $10,000 prizes. And then we have something new this year, a postseason pass for cash. Again, we don't know if the team is going to go to a postseason where they'll have a postseason home game, but we want to be prepared for that. And what that means for our players is they have a chance to win some money. So no matter
They're
what,
going to make the postseason.
that's right. Well, I mean,
And if they
if they don't
play
have
Houston, they'll score a lot of touchdowns, so that'll help too. I mean,
that's right. That's
I'm
right.
always trying to
Fan
get the
game.
winners to win more. I mean, I'm trying to give him money for field goals when Tucker can make them. John didn't want to hear that on the program, but I'm like, let's give more money away, right?
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. So postseason, what this means for our folks is if you get picked in this next round, you win $5,000 for being picked, regardless of whether the team has a home playoff game. If they do have a home playoff game, you're going to be going to the game and playing pass for cash on the
So
field
this
for a
gets
chance to
better.
win more
Like,
money.
you know what I mean? Like, even if you didn't win in September or October, don't feel bad about it. There's still some really big. There's more money. You sort of
Of
jacked
course.
up the kitty a little bit here at the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't. Nobody
Want to
gave me
keep.
the memo on this inside the lottery that at the end it was going to get juicier. I didn't know that. This is the first I've heard of this.
Well, we're always looking for ways to do it. I think we talked about it being our MVP award or something like that. But we love this pass for cash element so much. We really wanted to have more people on the field. And what better way to do it if you can give away some playoff tickets and some money all at the same time? That's the ultimate Ravens fan experience.
Doug Lloyd is our guest. He's with the Maryland Lottery. Give everybody your fancy title because all of you have titles, and I don't really have a title here, dude. I'm a dudist priest.
I was in interviews the other day and I had to ask somebody, what is my title? Because it has a couple different layers to it here. I'm a drawings manager for the regular drawings, assisting my drawings manager, and I'm the drawings manager for Second Chance. So, and this has been a
The
very busy
second
time
chance
of the
thing, every
year.
time I have you on, the second chance thing is you are the dude who tells people they won when they didn't know they won,
That's
and
right.
you have to convince them that you're legit and you're Doug Lloyd from the lottery, and you have like and when you call them, you're not like you won $20. It's not like a prank call. It sounds like a prank call because you only call them when they've won how much? I mean, how much more? 10. It's a significant amount of money if you are the one making the email.
Well, I call people, right now we have something going on with the holidays. We're giving away a $250 giant gift card. So something as small as that, you might hear from me as well. So it's
Okay, all
it's
right.
it's from that. And then I just gave
If you
away
told me you won a
$100,000 on our.
$250 giant gift card, I think maybe, maybe. I mean, how would you know I played the ticket? I would think like I did play the lot. Like I'd have to think about it, but I would believe that. But if you told me I won 25 grand, that's where it would start to sound like it was one of those chain letters that came
Right, right.
somewhere
And,
from.
and we'll get back into some of the giant gift card promotion. It hinges on our Mega Millions jackpot. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit.
Which
But
is
yeah,
huge
so
right now.
holiday
Mega
cash, I
Millions
just
is
gave
big.
away 100 grand with our holiday cash drawing, and they've kept me very busy with Second Chance. Every week, I am producing winners for gift cards and winners of $5,000 for our holiday cash promotion. So make sure you head over to mdlottery.com. You don't want to miss out on the details because the drawings are ongoing every week. You'll have a chance to win. So don't miss out on your chance if you're playing our games. Make sure you're participating again through the rewards program.
Just last thing on the Ravens tickets because this might be the last one I hold because by next week. And by the way, John knows how disappointed I am that the peppermint don't smell like pepper. I have lodged my complaint fully that next year we need eggnog scented tickets.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and a fun theme. The gingerbread, my bag smelled like gingerbread into spring last year, so it was great. But I would just say for this, you've often said to me, and one of the things, as a lottery spokesperson promotion, I give tickets out and all that, that this is your most popular game, right? The Ravens game is like over the course of the year, Fred G. Sanford, this is sort of the big one.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. People really look forward to this. Probably, second only to maybe our holiday tickets, which sort of have a universal appeal. So this is a very big time of the year for the lottery, and of course, giving tickets to folks that you like. A chance to get our responsible message in here. If you're going to give these as gifts, make sure
I
that
was going to
your
go down
person's
this
over
lane.
18. And we have some really unique things. I don't know if you're starting to tee me up for this here, but we actually had some folks that won on this Ravens ticket. They came in here. We talk about Baltimore being Smaltimore. We had somebody who came in a draw ago, and he won a pair of season tickets for next year. And he said, "Hey, I was looking at the winners list, and one of the other names seemed a little familiar." So this guy John Kirby said, "Hey, this other guy that's on the list, the won the same prize that I did. I think that was my teacher from middle school." And it
Wow.
turned out it really was. So, Alex, so we actually planned a Ravens winner get together. It's sort of a middle school reunion of sorts.
And they
And
hadn't seen
Alex,
each other since school.
well, I think Alex, the teacher, he was a teacher at Francis Scott Middle School. He's a very popular guy in South Baltimore. And it seems like everybody knows him. They probably run into him a lot, but they had a chance to catch up and talk about, he was a math teacher. He also taught typing. So they had a chance to catch up and talk about, those school days. the days when the teacher would bring in the baked good as the treat for the student that answered the question, the typing covers that help people learn how their typing skills. And you really could see the genuine respect that a former student had for their teacher. And what's even better about this is they're going to have a chance to sit together and enjoy a full season of Ravens football in the stands together.
All right, so I was wondering about this because this is something I used to do as a professional on our tech services, trying to break the news when the schedule comes out and who they play. So next year, these guys know each other and they have tickets together. They're probably going to see each other at the games, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just for a year. So next year, we obviously play the Bengals, the Browns, and the Steelers. But on the schedule next year, it's a lot of winnable ball games here. I mean, New England Patriots are coming in next year. The Jets, who knows will be running them. The Bears, they don't have a coach either. It's like the coachless teams. And then they have the Detroit Lions, who could be, and I don't believe this, the defending Super Bowl champion. Detroit, I mean, at this point, as we tape this, they're
They are looking very good this year.
everybody's flavor, to be the defending champions. And then they have an AFC South and an NFC West opponent. So I guess that would be based on where they finish. I guess they're going to finish in second place unless they win a lot of games here. So you'd have to figure out who the West team would be. And then the AFC South second place would be saying, yeah, I don't know. But either way, they're going to have a good time next year.
Yeah, yeah. There's gonna be a lot of high-fiving.
You got me looking at the road games next year. Miami, Sunshine, Green Bay, Buffalo, Minnesota, Skull. You got
This
all
is
that stuff going
good
on.
news
So,
for
yeah.
our away trip winners next year too.
Well, we got a lot of winners around here. Doug Lloyd, if you are a winner, a big winner, and a guy named Doug Lloyd calls you, he's not. If you played the lottery and you played second chance and you're into something you've entered and you didn't even know you were entered, he's going to call you and tell you won a lot of money. I wanted to bring up the scratch-offs for the holidays before we
Sure.
get to the $1 million lucky people in Harford County that we're in search of as well, from Mega Millions. My wife comes from a family of nice people, but they didn't follow the protocol and the obvious legal responsibilities during the holidays of using scratch offs as gifts, right? So, and I think a lot of folks do this responsibly around the office. To your point, the holiday tickets sell a lot. And I think because people maybe getting involved in gifting, that this is where I want you to give the real responsible speech, because I don't want to tell you what happened in my wife's childhood with her sister involving a ticket. This was back in the 80s. It was up in New Hampshire. They're a little lawless up there. But here in this century, in the modern era, I have been given this responsibility to tell this dark tale of Christmas past to make sure that we're not breaking the rules.
Sure. Well, I mean, I I think when it comes down to it, I don't think that we tell you what to do in your home. But what we can do is tell you what the state law is. Of course, you got to be over 18 to play the games. And I would say from a just a perspective of being around for a while, I feel like kids don't have enough time to be kids these days. And I feel like the longer they're able to do that and the more things that they can enjoy that are for children is
And
important.
gambling's not for kids, period. I mean,
It's
that
it's
right.
certainly not for kids, and it's
It's
adult
not for
fun.
some adults too. Just I'll
Right, and
point that out as well.
it certainly can be fun. It certainly can be entertaining, but there are plenty of things for kids to enjoy that are purely for them. And really, that moment of time that they get to be kids and enjoy that is fleeting. So I would say really lean hard on that, enjoy that time, and that time is precious. And you don't want to ruin that by again introducing something adult that potentially can have some issues longer in life, from your own perspective. These are things that
My sister-in-law's okay. She's rehabilitated. It was a long time ago.
right. Yeah, I mean, not everybody's going to have that sort of issue, but you wouldn't want to give that as something that somebody would unwrap for the holidays.
Don't give lottery tickets to kids. That's the
That's
long
right.
story. That is my warning, my finger wagging to all of you out there. Doug Lloyd is here from the Maryland Lottery. We'll be getting back out doing the Maryland Crab Cake Tour next week, having some fun. Nothing like winning, and nothing like a huge jackpot, right? And some rules are going to be changing here. I know next year as well. Mega Millions and Powerball. Mega Millions is huge right now. Powerball got hit last week, but we did have a huge local winner, and you find these things out the morning after, right, Doug?
That's right. Well, so just like the players, you scan your tickets. Maybe you find out much later than today, but we found out today that there was a $1 million winner, Harford County, at one of our Wawa locations. So make sure you check your tickets. We'll have details again on the win on mdlottery.com. So make sure you check that out.
It's a
And
lot of hoagies,
yeah,
million. It's a lot of
and
hoagies.
while this roll is going along, we want to make sure that everybody checks their tickets. Don't let that jackpot or near jackpot. Maybe this is a second tier, third tier prize. If you have one of those, you don't want to miss out on that. Plus, if you have these Mega Millions tickets and you're playing, we do also have this giant gift card second chance promotion that's running too. We talked about having weekly winners with this. If you are chasing this jackpot and you are buying Mega Millions tickets of $10 or more, those are also eligible for this second chance promotion. So, of course, have some fun with this jackpot. Check your tickets after these draws occur, and then if you have any of these tickets, make sure you check them in through rewards to be eligible for our weekly drawings. We're going to be giving away $250 gift cards. At the end, I believe we are going to give away $1,000, $1,500 gift cards. So full draw schedule and all the promotion details at mdlottery.com. But we get so excited when the jackpots get high, and who knows where this one's going to end. We're pretty excited about it.
When I was a kid, they used to say you got to play to win was like the catch line. So my wife like literally said we were coming home the other night, $670 million, and she's like, we got to get tickets, and I'm like, okay, well we pull into the Royal Farms, she gets a couple tickets, gets in, and I don't think anything of it. I mean, typical, like she puts them in her purse and we move on. And we get home, and then early this morning, Doug Lloyd from the Maryland Lottery is one of my early in the day guests. And I bring him on, and I haven't been to mdlottery.com. I've been a bad doobie today. And I said to Doug, I'm like, hey, my wife played last night. Did anybody win? You're like, someone hit the jackpot in Hartford. And I was waiting for you to say in Baltimore County at a Royal, and you said in Hartford County. Wow. I'm like, because she hasn't checked her tickets. I mean, she got up her, you know what I mean? She hasn't scanned them. I have my little scanner here as well, on my phone, because when I give tickets out, people want to know if they've won or not. So I think it's easier than ever to find out if you've won. And it's easier than ever to enter second chance, right? Which is with apps on phones. It's something that real people who want, if you're playing the lottery, you want to win money. If you're serious about winning, get all the way in and use the website, use the apps. It's an easy thing to do.
Yeah, it can help you pick your numbers. You can check your tickets on the go. And of course, if you're into our reward stuff, you can also turn that ticket right around and enter it in for some of these great second chance promotions.
Well, I hope these people in New York have a good time. I mean, the Ravens are 2+ touchdown favorites in this one. I hope that we don't have any, unhappy endings in this one, like a couple of years ago up there with Lamar and the picks and all that stuff. But I am feeling like, at least when I get together with your compadre, Seth Elkin, next week, and he'll no doubt wear some Terry Bradshaw jersey or do something to be highly offensive to me during the holidays. But
Can't
we're
help
gonna
it.
get Seth's gonna come next week, and we're gonna duke out this Pittsburgh Baltimore thing because he's one the ins and that up there. And we'll do it before the holidays where there'll be good spirit. I mean, we'll convene over meatballs in Pane Rotundo. It'll be just like a crab cake tour. Doug, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the new calendar year as well, and I can't wait to hear if anybody on the Ravens team brings cheesecake to any of the winners on the trip here this time.
Oh, that's usually Roquan.
Roquan's the guy that brings the food. All I remember, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, and I'll just tell this fun little story because these winners are going up, and I'm assuming they're taking the train to New
They are,
York. I mean, the
yes.
team takes the train. I've only been on 2 Raven charters on the team plane, for lack of but I was on the team train once. I was on the team plane once. It was back in 25 years ago, 2001 season, and it had to do with 9/11. And the Ravens played a preseason game up in New Jersey, and I was syndicated at the time, and I was broadcasting in New York. And the team at that time, it was David Modell, Brian Billick, Kevin Byrne. They're like, sure, Nestor can get on the train and get back with the team. It'd be easier. We're, jump on the bus from the stadium in the Meadowlands at 1 o'clock in the morning in August. So I took the team train home at midnight after a preseason. They played those old Friday night games or whatever they were. And I got on that train. I have never felt more like Jerry Seinfeld on the plane coming back, where it was more of anything, more of everything. That train had, not only did it have Tony Siragusa eating the food and Rob Burnett and a couple of other eaters, but it had so much food. It was like a Willy Wonka train of food. So I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to the
yeah.
winners telling me that the train had food, because I know we'll have a lot of food,
Yeah,
especially
right.
on the way back.
You don't want to take this trip anytime around Thanksgiving. So thankfully we've got a week or two behind us on that. But yeah, usually there is a snack or a meal that is waiting before you even get on the bus to go to transportation.
Players are
Yep.
well fed, and winners from the Maryland Lottery are well fed when they hang with the players. I promise you that's
Oh yeah,
true.
there's some Popeyes chicken that usually gets floated around. There's even more snacks on the transport. It's incredible. Yeah, you will not go hungry. That's for sure.
Do you have to chaperone this?
I don't. I have some folks that are going to do some media, make sure that
Okay, all
everybody
right.
gets to where they're going, and of course to make sure that everybody has a good time. You know,
You don't want to make me the
we
chaperone in New York. I mean, no way. I love New York, so don't make me the chaperone.
yeah, yeah. It's a phenomenal time. I've been lucky enough to tag along to Just Assist, and it's going to be a great time, and hopefully we're going to be packing a W in our carry-on back home.
As Eddie DeMush would say, go to Peter Luger's and order the big one, and win by a couple of touchdowns this week at least. Doug Lloyd is here. He's always a couple touchdowns up. If you get a call from Doug Lloyd, that's the kind of call you want to get. It means you won a lot of money from the Maryland Lottery. Seth will be joining us next week. John has threatened to come back before Christmas, so we're looking forward to that. Of course, we play responsibly. Everybody out there, whether you're gambling, playing football, doing whatever you're doing, we're always trying to say 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a problem, if you know someone. If you need to approach someone during the holiday season sensitively, there's a strategy for all this, and you can learn about that. And we've talked about that a whole lot as well. In the meanwhile, go win that 670 million that the Mega Millions has got out there. I am Nestor. We are WNST AM 1570 Towson, Baltimore. We are getting the Maryland Crab Cake Tour back out on the road. I'm wearing my Costa shirt. We'll be there on Wednesday of next week, and then we get ready for Santa to come down the chimney. We're BaltimorePositive.com. Stay with us.